ay 600 million. Oh, ganyan rin ang answer mo, Mr. Lincoln. Ikaw rin ang nag-negotiate ito.
Ay, hindi po, hindi po.
Sino ang
Hindi
gumawa
namin-
nito sa kumpanya ninyo?
Mr. Chairman, pakiulit po yung tanong.
600 million naman itong halaga nito.
Okay po.
Quantity 8,000. Ha?
Opo.
At ang award ay para sa BGI Real-Time Fluorescent RT-PCR 50 test kits.
Yes po.
Ikaw ang kumausap.
Ay, Mr. Chairman, ito po,
Supply chain,
nag-access na po kami ng mga funding, nangutang na po kami.
Sa kayo ng utang. Bago na naman yan. Sige.
Ayan,
Mr. Chair, ang dami ko na pong
PCR na yan eh. Kung
Mr. Chair, ang dami ko na po natanggap na death threat.
Sis Maria.
Kailangan ko po talaga.
Ba't ka ba death threat? Anong ginawa mo kasalanan? Ito, tinatanong ko lang siya simple. Sino itong mga taong na inutangan ninyo? Ang laki nito 600 million. Napakaswerte mo. May nagpapautang sa inyong kumpanya na 600 million. Ang kapital nyo, 625,000 lang. At napakaswerte nyo, pinapayagan kayo ng gobyerno, 625,000 lang. Makakakuha kayo na wala kayong pera. Tapos magpapahiram sa inyo. Sino yon?
Mr. Chairman,
Si Sunny.
ang dami
Orange
na po nadadami dito sa
Nagpahiram.
nangyari dito sa amin.
Ano
Natatakot na po ako.
Ito talagang ganun Hanggang di ka nagsasabi ng totoo, marami ka talagang idadamay. Lahat ang sasabihin mo, dadamay yan. Sige, sumagot ka. Sa fair question, di ba?
Mr. Chairman,
Sinong inutangan nyo? Sinong inutangan nyo?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Senator Lacson, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Go ahead. Go ahead, Senator Lacson,
Yes.
you recognize.
2 points very quickly. First, yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. First, may I remind Mr. Lincoln Ong not to invoke Chinese style. Pero no kausap dito, hindi pwedeng Chinese style. Lahat dapat documented. Second, I'd like to find out from him, saan ang gagaling yung death threats, Mr. Chairman?
Sige, I will humor you. Sige.
Mr. Chairman,
Will humor you. Anong death threats yan? Sino
May
na death
natatanggap-
threats sa'yo? Dalawa lang ang paggagalingan yan. Sige.
meron po ako natatanggap ng mga text messages.
Anong nakalagay?
Sabi na totoo.
Parang yung unang messages po is parang bibigyan ako ng isang linggo. Teka, sandali lang po, basahin ko po. You and your family will be killed if you will not admit your connection with the chief executive. Ito, isa po yan.
Ito yung may NBI yan. Huli yan. Kung sino yan.
Mr. Lincoln Ong, we will give you a week of time. We'll make sure you have a Merry Christmas 6 feet under the ground. The agencies are locating you and your family, enjoying the billion fruits of your scam while you still can. Tapos po,
Palusot lang
pinatay
yan.
ko na po yung phone ko kasi natatakot na po talaga ako sa nangyayari.
Well,
Mr. Chairman,
let me just General De La Rosa, give me a minute lang, sumagot lang siya. Saan nyo kinuha yung 600 million? Sinong inutangan nyo?
Mr. Chairman, ito,
Yes.
ito pong BGI na to, itong BGI na supplier na to, ang nagpakilala po rin ng supplier to si Mr. Yang, Mr. Michael Yang po.
Michael Yang. Yan,
Yes po.
okay. Si Michael Yang nagpakilala sa inyo para pautangin kayo.
Sabihin na totoo.
Alright?
Ikot-ikot.
Kailan nangyari yan? We're not just gonna get your word for it. We just want you to give us some details.
Paikot.
Nagpakilala sa inyo na makabibigyan kayo ng 600 million. Sumabog na yung paksi mo, di ba? Sige. Kailan pinabi sa'yo ni Michael Yang, diyan kang umutang?
Mr. Chair, medyo naputol po.
Kailan sinabi sa'yo ni Michael Yang, diyan ka umutang?
Gutom na ako.
Ako po yung lumapit kay Mr. Michael Yang.
Oh.
Tapos,
sabi mo ano, kailangan ko ng 600 million para ma-supply natin to. Kwarta na ito, kung di natin masusupply, mawawala pa. Tama?
Sinabi ko lang po kay Michael lang na kailangan ko na ma-access tong ganitong brand, ganitong kumpanya. Tapos baka pwede na ako tulungan. At the same time, baka pwede nang tulungan ako sa paghanap ng funding. Kasi kulang po talaga yung cash namin.
Mhm.
Yun po.
So, because of Michael yan, nakialam na naman siya sa family, tinulungan na naman kayo. Sabi niya, hindi siya tumutulong sa inyo, di ba? Hindi niya kayo kilala.
Ako po yung lumapit sa kanya, humingi ng tulong.
Doesn't matter, you're with family. Okay? Alam mo, maaaring sige, we'll talk about the death threat later on. In the meantime, very quickly, Senator Bato, please, regarding the death threat only, please.
Yes, sir. Tungkol ba ito, Mr. Chairman, sa detrit? I will just advise our resource person, si Mr. Ong, na huwag kang patakot dyan sa detrit na yan. Patayin mo yung cellphone mo, o kung gusto mo, itapon mo yung cellphone mo, at mag-concentrate ka dito sa hearing na ito. Sagutin mo lahat ng mga tanong para maganda yung takbo ng hearing natin. Huwag kang magpa-distract dyan sa mga detrit na yan. Kung nag-detrit sa'yo mga taga-China, papuntahan mo dito sa Pilipinas kung gusto nila na patayin ka. Huwag kang matakot dyan. Patayin mo yung cellphone mo. Yun lang, Mr. Chairman. I'm just advising our resource person to
Thank you very much. Tama yun. It's now your moment of truth. Kung sa tutulong ka sa gobyerno natin at saka sa mga kababayan natin, I think that the Senate can, you are already protected right now. May nakabantay sa iyo ngayon ng mga usaa. Hindi namin aalisin yan. Lalo na kung sasabihin na lahat ng sinasabi mo. Ito, ikatlong beses na naungkat si Michael Yang sa iyo. At sinabi rin ni Mr. Wang na presidente nyo na kasama si Michael Yang nagpautang sa inyo. At ngayon, sinabi mo na naman to, sinalba nila kayo sa 600 million. Tapos nakita yung litrato mo, inamin mo na naandun ka, kasama mo si Michael Yang. Hindi naman kaya si Michael Yang talaga ang nagsusupply sa inyo ng pera? Talagang pumapron lang kayo?
malamang. Pwede rin.
Hindi naman po kami ang front ni Michael Yang.
Okay, sige na, tutuloy ko na para matapos ako kaagad, no? Dahil nahihiya ako sa mga senador. Ito, 344 million ang unit, 344,000 A-Star Fortitude Kit. Another 688 million pesos. Saan mo kinuha yung pera para ma-deliver mo yan? Na-deliver nyo lahat yan, di ba?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman. Yes po.
Kanina na-deliver nyo, 600 million. Tinanggap naman ng PS,
Yes po, yes.
ng PS DBM. Saan mo kinuha yung 688 million?
Mr. Chairman, wala pong kilalaman dito si Mr. Michael Yang. A-Star Fortitude is a Singaporean product.
Ikaw nagsabi na tinulungan ka niya. Ngayon, itong 688 million na ito, may kinalaman siya? Wala.
Wala po, Mr.
Saan
Chairman.
mo
Wala po.
kinuha ngayon yung 688 million para makadeliver ka nitong A-Star Fortitude 2.0 RT-PCR test, 2,000 quantity. Nakakalagang
Mr.
688 million.
Mr. Chairman, Singapore product po yan. Si Mr. Huang ang po nag-handle po niyan. At I think Mr. Huang po.
Mr. Wang, were you the one who arranged the supply of this A-Star Fortitude? It's a Singapore product. What is that? Is that is it true? You are the one, Mr. Wang?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. A-Star 42 test kit is one of the items on the request for quotation, and it's a Singapore produced by the government produced test kits.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Titiskit,
Now,
pinasok
it means
kanina.
up to this time, you have already,
Wow.
and I will remind everybody, that at this time,
Ay, ito
ang
na to. Dapat.
presyo na nakuha the money that has been generated by Parmalee is already 1,575 million. Okay, malapit na tayo matapos. Ito. April 23, 2020. Yung kanina, April 23, ha? Sunod-sunod yan, ha? April 20, yung surgical mask, 220 million. April 22, 2 days later, 600 million. April 23, 20, yung kanina, yung 688 million. Sunod-sunod na araw yan. Umpisa mo sa April 14, 2020, yung 54 million. April 16, yung 13.86 million. April 2020, 220 million. Yan na kayo nag-aarap ng malalaking pera. Tapos April 22, 20, 600 million yung BGI. Tapos ito ngayon, April 20, 688 million total. Running total is 1,575 million. Now, ito naman ngayon. How can you produce almost a billion in one day? Ito, ang halaga is 300 million. At for KN95. Saan mo kinuha yung pera na 300 million?
On credit din po yan, Mr. Chair. Credit din po.
Actually,
Actually,
credit dyan. Sino
wala. Si Wang Jie po rin po. Ito si K95, si Wang Jie pa rin po.
Wang Ji.
Surgical gown.
Yan po, opo.
Bakit hindi ka under threat? Dahil nabayaran mo sila, ba't sila magagalit sa'yo?
Ano po, Mr. Chairman?
Never mind. Hindi ka under
Sorry
threat.
po, sorry.
Nababayaran mo lang
Putol
sila
po.
Wang Ji, di ba? Pag nakuha mo na yung pera, bibigay mo kay Wang Ji. Tama?
Yes po, tama po.
Sige, May 4, 20. Umabot na ngayon ng 1,800,000,000. Mura lang ito, 10,000 surgical gown. Right? That is 10 days after April 23. Nag-order, 11 days, 1 week and 4 days ang surgical gown. Ang halaga, 2,880,000. Saan mo kinuha yan? Maliit lang yan.
Doon din po sa mga Chinese.
Sino nga? Mga Chinese.
Chinese
Ito,
product,
ito,
man.
Hindi ko na maalala talaga kasi
Nako.
marami din sila. Tapos meron silang sinusupply.
Nako. Sus Maria,
Alam
ikulong
mo,
mo yan.
meron sila sinusupply saan? Sa PSDBM rin.
Hindi po. Kung ano-ano lang, nag-i-import talaga sila.
Sige. May 8, 2020. Ang halaga, 2 million. Ito, malaki-laki ito. Umabot ito ng 3.82 billion pesos ang halaga, one single transaction. For 2
Grabe.
million PPEs. 1,910 ang unit cost. Umabot ng 3.82 billion. I would be fascinated to know where you got the 3.82 billion.
Mr. Chairman,
Kaya nga eh.
humingi din po ako ng tulong. Itong project na to, itong malaki, humingi po ako ng tulong kay Mr. Michael Yang.
Michael Yang na naman. Binigyan ka ng
Opo.
pera. Saan mo kinuha ni Michael Yang yan?
Hindi ko po alam kung saan na kinuha.
So Michael Yang is involved practically in most of the big ticket items, correct?
Yes po, Mr. Chairman.
Doon din naman tayo abot. Magsabi na kayo ng totoo para makatulog pa. The committee will look for favor with your sinasabi mo. Alright?
Opo.
At this
Opo.
point, ladies and gentlemen of the committee, ang umabot na ang transaksyon itong si Lincoln Yang, itong si Lincoln Ong at saka si Wang ng 5,697 million. Alright? Nakakagulat, hindi po ba? Tapos, itong huli,
Yes po.
itong June 9, 2020, 32 days later, umorder ng 41,400 at 69,500 RT-PCR, nagkakahalaga ng 2,877 billion. Saan mo kinuha yan?
Napakarami
2
kaya
billion na yan. Wala naman kayong pera ka mo eh.
Nanghingi po rin ulit ako ng tulong kay Mr. Michael Yang.
Michael
Wow,
Yang.
bilyonaryo si Michael Yang.
Paano dumating yung pera? Kanina, pinatamadama lang kita. Nakakakuha ka ng tulong. Paano dumating ang pera dito? Para mahirapan, pagod ka na
hindi-
matino. Tatanungin ko ulit si Mr. Abrea. Si Mr. Abrea.
Fluorescent.
Kailangan ipaliwanag, hindi ba Mr. Abrea, kung saan nila kinukuha yung pera yan? Dahil mayroong mga repercussions yan. Pwedeng sabihin, maaaring sabihin na talagang maaaring may money laundering. Is that possible, sir? Mr. Abrea? Juan?
Kumain pa.
Mr. Abrea? Naka-mute kayo, sir. Mr. Abrea? Hindi naman maaaring lumabas lang yung pera at hindi papaliwanag kung saan galing. Dapat hahanapin yan. Tama po ba yan?
Maybe he is out.
Sorry po,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Mr. Abrea, ang lalaki ng amount. Sumabot na tayo dito as of this time. Umabot na
billion.
tayo ng 8 billion,
Wow.
8.5 billion. At sinasabi kay Michael Yang, sinasabi dito kay Wang Ji. Hindi naman pwedeng sabihin lang na galing sa kanila na hindi mapapaliwanag kung saan ang galing ang perang yan. Tama po ba yan?
Tama po, Mr. Chairman.
So, ang speculation, baka naman, one, pwede ba ito na ghost delivery, walang dumating? O pangalawa, may money laundering or both? What do you think, sir?
Hindi po ako makakasagot, Mr. Chairman, pero pwede naman pong i-check sa bank statement at saka po sa registration ng mga suppliers kung legal po lahat ng naging transaction.
That is
Mr.
correct. So, that's
Chairman.
why I've been trying to pursue Lincoln Ong. And really, there is a travesty here dahil bilyong-bilyong piso napunta sa Farmally na isinishare nila sa mga supplier nila at sinasabi lumalabas palagi si Michael Yang. Oh. Yan, si Michael Yang palagi ang nagsasalba sa inyo. Diba? Magkano ba talaga lahat ang pinautang sa inyo ni Michael Yang? Mr. Wang, how much did Michael Yang lend you?
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I think you are referring to the agreement.
Speak louder, please. I'm just
Mr.
at my
Chairman.
last question here.
Mr. Chairman, I think you're referring to the agreement that we spoke about, that you subpoenaed from us from the last hearing, and I think Lincoln. I'm not privy to the
Agreement.
agreement.
There's no agreement.
because
What agreement is that?
Ms. Link, do you want to talk about this?
Will you participate?
As I've said, I was not participating in the agreement.
You're not.
Because-
No, so
Not
now ask
because-
the question. My question is, you will have to reply to us because you're saying Michael Yang, you're saying your people are saying this and that. Wang Ji, where did this money really come from?
It was a multiple approach from all the projects. We really just, the focus for us was just to deliver the goods on time. Really, there was really a lot of difficulty in that.
I sympathize with you. There's a lot of difficulty because you're getting a lot of money and you're laughing all the way to the bank at the expense of the Filipino people. People are hungry here. People are getting sick. People lack hospitals. The health workers are not able to make ends meet because the SRA is not being paid. People are dying. They're being cremated and there's not even money to pay for cremation. So do not try to tell me to sympathize with you. I will not sympathize with people like you.
But
Mr. Chairman.
if I may,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Please answer the question.
Mr. Chairman, what
It's hard,
we are
isn't
de-
it, sir?
if
Isn't it
what
hard?
we, what we are delivering is actually things to protect the people, test kits, masks.
Really now?
They are everything.
Filipino suppliers gave that, but they were not even given the privilege of getting paid like you did. EMS was given the privilege of having been able to supply 25% of the 100 million, and after that, at that price at 1370, which is considerably lower than what you got. And then after that, Lau told them, oh, you better take it or leave it. 2 pesos will buy it at 2 pesos and 35 centavos. Is that fair?
Mr. Chairman, I cannot comment on the
No, that's
acts
right.
of the
You cannot
government.
Mr.
But
Chairman.
all I can say is our intention was to get these things, which are very scarce, and oftentimes the countries that produce it don't even want to share it. And what we do is we exert the maximum effort to get it to the
What we know
Philippines.
here is the conclusion is you were given tremendous superlative favors more than anybody else. Nabigyan kayo ng tulong, nabigyan kayo ng pabuya ng Mr. Lau and company. They gave you all the breaks. Imagine they don't even check you, and all you are is really a middleman. If we are to believe that, but I think there is really more to that. I think you're able to supply because somebody who knew the Chinese in China was able to get this, was able to anticipate that when this broke out, China will have to supply, and he can make a killing. He can buy goods in China at a very cheap rate and then sell it to our country through you, give you a few 50 million each, and then he takes all the money. Would that be correct?
Ano sila? parang
Mr.
ano?
Chairman, I believe the market is driven by supply and demand. So
No,
I
this is
cannot
supply
Dahilan lang
driven. In the case of this
Presyo
situation,
ng supply and
the
demand.
whole thing is not even demand driven. It is supply driven.
Yes.
Mr.
They
If-
tried to make
Chairman,
it appear that there was
if-
a demand.
Supply
But
Mr.
in
and
Chairman.
reality,
demand.
it was a supply driven because you did not even supply. You got it from other people. Isn't that true?
Tama.
Mr. Chairman,
Did you supply anything? Mr.
Parang
Yang, Mr. Wang,
pagkakuha
did
niya.
you supply anything? Did you
Supply and
manufacture anything? Answer the question, yes or no.
Mr. Chairman,
Did you
Harmony
supply
Pharm-
anything?
Harmony Pharmaceutical is not a manufacturer. Yes,
Excuse me?
You're correct in that.
You're not in manufacturing. Is that your answer?